As another COVID outbreak returns, hospitals in China become overcrowded. People are protesting and blocking large-scale demolitions in various locations around China. Chinese young people have parties to celebrate their resignations. Qin Gang is still missing. A former diplomat reveals that Wang Yi played a role in exposing sensitive information about the Qin Gang. It's all covered in today's China Truths. As another COVID outbreak returns, hospitals in China become overcrowded. During mainland China's Mid-Autumn Festival and National Day holiday, a surge in travel and dining out has led to larger gatherings, resulting in a resurgence of COVID-19 cases. Many families are experiencing symptoms such as a high fever and cough after their holiday travels, causing hospitals to face overcrowding. Recent reports from various online sources have highlighted the strain on hospitals in major cities, with numerous patients seeking treatment for fevers in the middle of the night. In some unfortunate cases, families who embarked on vacations during the extended holiday period have seen multiple members contract the virus, with symptoms like fever and cough affecting the entire household. The EG.5 mutant strain of COVID-19 has seen a drastic increase in prevalence nationwide, soaring from a mere 0.6% in April to a staggering 71.6% in August. This variant has rapidly spread across most Chinese provinces, exhibiting higher transmissibility and an ability to evade antibodies, resulting in a surging number of infections. Amid the backdrop of the EG.5 strain epidemic, a substantial portion of the population in mainland China is now experiencing what's colloquially referred to as third positive cases, marked by symptoms like fever, headache, cough, anxiety, and elevated blood pressure. Intriguingly, hospitals have shifted the diagnosis terminology from COVID pneumonia to mycoplasma pneumonia. Mr. Ho, a resident of Zhengzhou in Hunan Province, shared his first-hand experience with an Epoch Times reporter. He recounted his battle with a third positive infection, describing excruciating body pains and lower back discomfort. His general weakness persisted for nearly half a month, making him reluctant to return to work. When asked about others who have faced similar third positive situations, Mr. Ho remarked that there are indeed many such cases, making it challenging to provide a comprehensive list to reporters. He explained, the most common symptoms associated with third positive cases are fever, weakness, and bone pain, particularly in areas previously injured or strained. Typically, individuals experiencing these symptoms seek medical attention at the hospital. However, it's important to note that hospitals don't officially diagnose COVID-19 anymore. They provide verbal information without issuing a confirmed report. Officially, COVID-19 isn't acknowledged. Recently, mainland reporters observed that major pharmacy chains are offering free antigen testing services, primarily targeting customers exhibiting symptoms such as cold, fever, cough, phlegm, shortness of breath, chest pain, joint pain, and muscle pain. Simultaneously, these pharmacies guide various medications that can be used to alleviate symptoms following a potential infection. Earlier this year, mainland China witnessed a resurgence of the COVID-19 virus. Subsequently, there were reports of influenza, type A influenza, cases. Presently, a nationwide outbreak of so-called mycoplasma pneumonia infections, known for their severe symptoms and challenging prevention, has raised suspicions that authorities may have rebranded the COVID-19 virus while potentially concealing the extent of the epidemic. People are protesting and blocking large-scale demolitions in various locations around China. In China, large-scale demolitions have resumed in various regions, but opposition to these forced demolitions is being suppressed by authorities. Throughout this year, there have been numerous reports of significant demolitions in Shandong, yet related information has been heavily censored. For instance, on October 4, residents of Miujia village in Taiyuan City, Shandong Province, used a live broadcast to resist forced demolitions, only to have their live stream abruptly terminated. According to Mr. Liu, a villager from Shandong, collusion between government officials and business interests to forcibly demolish private homes and seize land remains a pervasive issue in China. In the past year, several villages near his own were razed, and he received a meager monthly rent of 500 yuan, about $69.50, while being required to pay for inadequate resettlement housing. These resettlement accommodations have not been completed yet. After villagers defended their rights, the town government allowed them to reside in unfinished buildings devoid of basic utilities like water, electricity, and heating, leading to dire living conditions. Mr. Liu underscores the widespread problem, stating, "We have multiple demolished villages here. Can we sell the houses we are building now? Some individuals are constructing factories and leasing them to others. In the countryside, fields once tilled by tractors and sown with corn now lie abandoned. The contractor responsible for these lands vanished without earning any income this year. Consequently, agriculture has come to a standstill, and vast tracts of land remain unused. This predicament is not unique to this area, it is a widespread issue." Xi'an, often referred to as the city of unfinished construction projects, has recently announced plans for extensive demolitions across 5 major areas. The government declared its intention to demolish the area, yet there has been no progress over the past 3 years. The attractive properties have lost hundreds of thousands in annual rental income. In central Beijing, the pace of demolition is accelerating, and there has been a surge in public complaints due to inadequate compensation. Furthermore, mainland media reports reveal that numerous parks in Beijing have received eviction notices, instructing them to vacate all leased units without any compensation, resulting in substantial losses for businesses. Towards the end of last year, the Economic Work Conference of the Central Committee of the CCP announced plans to expedite major infrastructure projects, signaling a wave of large-scale expropriations of rural land and extensive land acquisitions for demolition purposes. Chinese young people have parties to celebrate their resignations. When Liang decided to resign from his position at the Bank of China in Zhejiang province, his friends organized a celebratory gathering reminiscent of a traditional wedding ceremony. The atmosphere was filled with the sounds of gongs and drums as they marked their departure from their respective jobs. They affixed a flower to Liang's chest and displayed a red banner proclaiming, "We're done with this shit job." The scene was adorned with lanterns, banners, and customary double happiness symbols usually associated with weddings. Tables were laden with food, and all attendees received an invitation that conveyed the wish, "I hope you will eat well and drink well, and get out of the sea of misery soon." This may appear unconventional, particularly given the prevailing economic challenges in China and the soaring youth unemployment rates, which have made secure, well-paying jobs scarce. Today, Liang, now 27 years old, operates as a content creator while simultaneously managing a cafe. He reflects on his decision to leave his job in May, expressing that he has since found greater happiness, a sentiment shared by many others who have shared similar experiences online. Liang shared, "I was trapped in a monotonous, repetitive role that drained my energy." He further explained how his creative aspirations were stifled in the public relations department of a bank, stating, "Your innovative ideas would eventually be dismissed and forgotten." As China gradually emerges from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and grapples with its economic and social repercussions, numerous posts related to resignation celebrations have proliferated on Chinese social media platforms. Most participants in this trend are individuals in their 20s, and they cite various reasons for resigning, ranging from low wages to burnout. According to data obtained from LinkedIn in China, a survey conducted between January and October 2022 involved 1,554 employees across different industries, revealing that 28% of them had resigned that year. This number doubled for those who had intentions to quit but had not yet taken the step. A parallel movement known as the Great Resignation had already emerged in the United States, where nearly 50 million people left their jobs within 2 years. While this phenomenon is gradually subsiding in Western countries, it appears to be just beginning to take hold in China. The younger workforce, burdened by excessive workloads and disillusionment, has spent years in intense academic competition and corporate climbing with limited job satisfaction. Experts warn that this trend could exacerbate China's burgeoning economic challenges, given declining birth rates and a shrinking labor force, which pose significant obstacles to future economic growth and the well-being of China's youth. In China, the pursuit of education commences early in a child's life, characterized by years of rigorous tutoring and high-stakes examinations culminating in the daunting Gaokao, the National College Admission Exam of China. Nancy Chen, an economics professor at Northwestern University's Kellogg School of Management, remarked, "Young individuals are grappling with profound disappointment, depression, exhaustion, and resentment, all stemming from their relentless toil." Growing up during an era of robust economic growth and optimism, they also contend with the weighty expectations imposed by their parents in a competitive environment, a legacy of the one-child policy. According to Qin, youngsters are taught to anticipate that these sacrifices will translate into financial success. However, they now confront the harsh reality of soaring unemployment and stagnant incomes caused by an ailing economy and a pervasive culture of overwork. Qin noted, this undermines the moral and professional principles instilled in them throughout their upbringing. They are utterly drained. While older generations primarily aim to make ends meet, the younger cohort, nurtured in more prosperous times, seeks meaning and purpose that their jobs often fail to provide. Experts point out that this disillusionment arises from a disconnection between individuals' educational levels, skills, and the available job opportunities. China boasts the world's largest education system, with university enrollment rates nearly doubling in just a decade, reaching 57.8% in 2021, as reported by the Ministry of Education. Nevertheless, Yao Lu, a sociology professor at Columbia University, uncovered through research that a considerable number of employees are overqualified for their positions, implying that their jobs do not require the skills and knowledge they acquired through their education. She stated, they might hold positions that offer relative stability and decent pay, but often, these roles do not necessitate a college degree, citing administrative roles in local district offices and food delivery drivers as examples. This mismatch carries significant societal repercussions, including diminished job and life satisfaction among employees. Yao Lu highlighted a structural imbalance in the labor market, stemming from a surplus of highly educated individuals for whom the current Chinese economy does not offer ample opportunities. Rectifying this imbalance will require a substantial transformation of the economic landscape, a process that will take time. This labor market mismatch presents a persistent challenge, with ramifications for China's multifaceted economic issues. China has been grappling with a declining fertility rate for an extended period, leading to a reduced number of infants and a shrinking pool of working-age individuals. Simultaneously, the country's elderly population is aging rapidly, resulting in increased demands for pension funds, healthcare, and social welfare services. Nancy Chen voiced concern, stating, in the worst-case scenario, if these discouraged young individuals permanently exit the labor market, there will be fewer workers available to support the elderly in the years ahead. The impact of the resignation trend on fertility rates remains uncertain. On one hand, liberated from grueling work hours, young people may have more time to concentrate on building relationships and starting families. Conversely, the loss of income and low mood could potentially delay this process. Qian emphasized that any factors leading to reduced fertility rates should be viewed as a serious concern for the future. Notably, many individuals who resign from their jobs do not withdraw from the labor force entirely. Those who shared their experiences with media have often transitioned to different roles or industries. The duration of this trend remains uncertain. For instance, Liang presently operates a cafe in Taizhou, an eastern city surrounded by picturesque mountains and coastline. He expressed his current flexibility, stating, "At my age, I can quit when I want to. But maybe in a year or two, I'll have to return to work with my head down." Qin Gang is still missing. A former diplomat reveals that Wang Yi played a role in exposing sensitive information about the Qin Gang. Qin Gang, the former Chinese Communist Party foreign minister, remains conspicuously absent from recent events, including the National Day reception held on September 28. Various accounts of his sudden departure from the political scene have surfaced, such as Wang Yi playing a role in exposing sensitive information about Qin Gang. Of significance was the involvement of Kai Chi, a prominent minister with close ties to Xi Jinping, who aligned himself with Wang Yi in this matter. It's worth noting that Qin Gang, aged 57, experienced a remarkable ascent in his career over the past year. Qin Gang's journey began with his election as a member of the Central Committee during the 20th National Congress in October of the previous year. This led to his swift appointment as Minister of Foreign Affairs in December. His career trajectory continued upward this year when he was appointed as a state councillor. However, an abrupt turn of events occurred in June when Qin Gang disappeared from public view, ultimately resulting in his dismissal from his post in July. During his absence, the role of foreign minister was assumed by Wang Yi, the director of the Central Foreign Affairs Office. Chen Yonglin, a former diplomat at the Chinese Communist Consulate in Sydney, recently shared insights into Xi Jinping's hiring practices, highlighting his preference for promoting individuals from a slightly lower rank and subsequently elevating them through the ranks. This strategy fosters gratitude and loyalty, as exemplified by Qin Gang's trajectory. Yet, Qin Gang's downfall left Xi Jinping uneasy, largely due to the emergence of compromising information, allegedly provided by individuals like Wang Yi. Behind the scenes, there may have been attempts to exacerbate the situation with onlookers within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Regarding the situation surrounding Qin Gang, some rumors have emerged, speculating on the reasons behind his sudden downfall. These rumors range from allegations of extramarital affairs to involvement in espionage scandals. Additionally, some sources suggest that Qin Gang's exit may be linked to internal conflicts within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. On July 17, Yuan Hongbing, an Australian legal scholar with connections within the CCP system, shared insights with the Epoch Times. According to Yuan, Qin Gang and Wang Yi, both prominent figures within the CCP, were engaged in a power struggle. Wang Yi reportedly believed that Qin Gang intended to take action in response to incidents like the U.S. spy balloon affair, which had placed the CCP in a diplomatically challenging position. Qin Gang also allegedly removed individuals highly valued by Wang Yi, most notably Zhao Lijian. These actions directly impacted Wang Yi's interests, intensifying the power struggle between the two to an irreconcilable level. In late December 2022, shortly after Qin Gang succeeded Wang Yi as Minister of Foreign Affairs, there was a noteworthy promotion within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Zhao Lijian, who had previously served as the spokesperson of the CCP's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, was elevated from the position of Deputy Director of the Information Department to Deputy Director of the Department of Boundary and Maritime Affairs. This move has been humorously dubbed the frontier assignment by observers. As word spread about Qin Gang's departure, Tang Tianru, the wife of Zhao Lijian, posted 2 consecutive messages on her Weibo account, "Dat Song" and "Stinky Girl," on July 10. One message read, "Today is a good day. Let's make the most of it," hinting at a significant development. The video in question features Zhao Lijian during his tenure as the spokesperson for the CCP's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Another post on the same platform praised Zhao Lijian as a dedicated public servant committed to serving the nation and its people. These actions by Zhao's wife were interpreted by observers as potential evidence of an unfolding situation involving the Qin Gang. Qin Gang has also faced allegations of discord with Xia Feng, his successor as the Chinese ambassador to the United States this year. During the Aspen Security Forum in the United States on July 19, when Xia Feng was asked about the whereabouts of Qin Gang, the former foreign minister of the CCP, Xia Feng responded with a cryptic statement, "Let us wait and see," followed by laughter. Chinese scholar Li Hengqing, speaking to the Epoch Times on October 5, commented on the evolving landscape within the Chinese Communist Party following the 20th National Congress. He noted that it now predominantly comprises individuals aligned with Xi Jinping, at least on the surface. Within this framework, power struggles involving interests and personal matters have become commonplace, with Qin Gang's case serving as an illustrative example. Li pointed out that as early as 2018, reports of Qin Gang's extramarital affair had circulated widely, known even within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It is suggested that Qin Gang's swift rise led some to seize upon these past issues in an attempt to discredit him. The situation ultimately escalated, leading to significant consequences, possibly involving higher authorities taking action. Su Ziyun, the director of the National Defense Strategy and Resources Research Institute of the National Defense and Security Research Institute of Taiwan, shared insights with the Epoch Times on September 27. He remarked on Xi Jinping's inability to mitigate internal factional conflicts and highlighted the unpredictability of promoting individuals who were once considered dark horses. In the case of Qin Gang's alleged extramarital affairs, Su Ziyun noted that the news brought to light a unique problem, indicating that Xi Jinping might no longer have the same level of control over suppressing negative information and replacing individuals in power after their second year in office. This observation suggests a growing internal dissent within the party. Don't forget to leave a comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.